Once again, COVID-19 lockdowns and fear of travelling couldn't stop the GTR community from coming together for the largest gathering of them outside of Japan. Only days before this year's Nitto Performance Engineering GTR Festival, the state of Victoria went into a snap lockdown. This, combined with no international travellers, meant the event was short 1,000 odd people compared to what could have been, yet somehow managed to have nearly 4,500 people and over 400 cars entered. The premise of the event is simple: a celebration of all things GTR, with enough things going on to warrant being called a festival. The pit area is laid out with Traders Alley on one side of the main thoroughfare and the showcase on the opposite side. Then there is areas for each model of GTR, the workshop areas and a Nismo meet filling up the entire pit area of Sydney Dragway. There is action at both ends with drag racing on the strip and a motorkhana at the opposite end, providing plenty of entertainment for the crowd and fun for the car owners. Traders Alley was huge this year, filling up the entire alley with the latest and greatest GTR parts and merchandise, along with plenty of cool demo cars in front.
How many GTR festivals I've been to? Every single one. Whether it's rain, not quite hail, and shine, we've been to all of them. So Nitto Performance Engineering is an engine component manufacturer. We specialise in a number of JDM style engines, primarily, and we're well famous for the RBs. And as you can see today, we've got a heap of new additions to our range, and it's something again that I've been involved with for so many years, and it's just grown. It's gone from strength to strength. So how many cars are at the GTR festival that would run our components? I'd say modestly about 90%, if not more, especially in the Sydney scene. It's just so big. It'd have to, by a long shot, be the biggest in the world.
Personally, I reckon GTR Festival is a great event, especially the whole SKYLINE platform is so iconic in car culture in general, and then the aftermarket support has just blown that up to another level, and we're just happy we can provide these enthusiasts that are into these cars with the parts they need to turn them into whatever they want.
What I like about GTR Festival is that there are so many of these cool cars out here. They are the top spec Skylines, and it's exciting to see so many of them still in existence. So, linkage management, we make aftermarket computers for a variety of applications, and we make a lot of them for GTRs. Quite a popular product.
I love the GTR Festival. It's always been good to us. It's our second time here. The turnout's always great, quality cars. The atmosphere is excellent. What the Skyline Shed does for GTRs is it incorporates everything only related to a Skyline. So when you go shopping for a Skyline, it gets a little bit hard on other sites because they mix with SR20s and Evo engines and everything like that. It makes it a bit hard to find the parts you're after. Whereas we make it all easy, it's all there, it's all related to your car, and you're not going to buy the wrong thing.
We've been doing the GTR Festival since day dot, as well as all the other motive events. And well, GTR, I mean, it's the best engine and car combination ever made, and I've been dedicating my whole life to GTRs, so there is nowhere else in the world I'd rather be than right here today. As for cars running PRP products at the event, I mean, it'd be hard to find a car without a PRP product on it, which is awesome to see. It's really heartwarming.
GTR Festival for me, it's one of those events that annually I always look forward to. It's me being a huge GTR enthusiast myself, and naturally there are a lot of us out there. We all get to come together today and watch both the motorsport aspect, but also the show aspect too.
The Motive video stand had GTR Festival and Motive merchandise, and the VIP and kids area either side. There was also the entire fleet of Motive Garage project cars on display, with Jet 200 being debuted with its new livery. A new Motive Video GTR project car was also debuted. This R32 GTR is a Motorsport Australia logbook race car that will be built as a Group A tribute to help share the Group A experience. It was wrapped in 1991 Nissan colours to celebrate the 30th anniversary.
My name's Terry Ashwood. Previously, I owned a collection of Gibson motorsport cars, dating from the 1984 George Fury Bluebird right through to the 1992 Winfield GTR. Yes, I'm certainly very fond and in love with GTRs, probably Nissans in general. My first Nissan car was a Datsun 1600. From there, I bought a HR31. An ex-Gibson car, and I used to, every time I went down to Melbourne, have lunch with Fred, and we'd go out to his factory, and in the factory he had the last of every Evolution Nissan that he ran. I decided I'd buy the total collection of cars, which incorporated 7 cars at the time, all Nissans, put them in a restaurant. It ended up being named Trackside. During that process, Rod and I both raced R32 GTRs. I had the Winfield car, Rod had the GIO GTR. I had chassis number 5, which was the last of the build, and Rod had chassis number 4. So they were the latest evolution of cars, and Fred built 5 of these cars in total. One was written off, and the other 4 of them are still in existence today. This is probably my 3rd opportunity to come here. It's getting bigger and bigger, a magnificent amount of cars, and I can't understand and believe the amount of money that some of these guys are spending on their cars. It's a credit to them, just magnificent piece of machinery, and they should be very proud of themselves.
I've had 4 R32 GTRs, but look, we've enjoyed the cars. We're both Nissan fanatics. I really miss the days of when we used to run these cars and enjoy ourselves.
The pits were filled with some epic GTR builds and rare models. One of the highlights was a collection of Australian-delivered R32 GTRs organised by Mark Newton, celebrating 30 years since they went on sale in Australia.
So one of the big headline act cars at this year's Nitto Performance Engineering GTR Festival is this, the HKS 0R. If you don't know anything about it, back in the 90s, HKS built their own car model to try and sell. It never really happened. A lot of them were rotting away out the back. And recently they restored a couple of them, and one of them went up for auction at Tokyo Auto Salon a couple of years ago. I got to see it get auctioned, and it ended up here in Australia thanks to Alan from V-Spec Performance. Now the reason Alan isn't talking instead of me is because he got trapped in Melbourne. COVID literally hit Victoria only 2 days before this event. In fact, it was only 36 hours before this event, and they got trapped in Melbourne, but luckily the car actually got sent up to CRD to get a Motec put in 2 days before the event. So we still kept it here. The other car next to it, the guys from V-Spec actually already had here as well, is a big Jun-built R32 GTR, but this HKS 0R, it is a showstopper. Rather than me give you a big spiel, Google it, find out about it. It's a fascinating story, and it really is incredible to have one of the rarest GTRs in the world here at GTR Festival in Sydney.
Many of Australia's top GTR tuning shops had their own pit areas, not just for cars entered for racing, but to have some of their builds on display as well.
Hi, I'm Anthony from Dartone Racing. This is my R32 GTR. First garage active wide body kit in Australia. We're the garage active dealers for Australia. So naturally we thought may as well build the first car and show everyone here some progress shots of the car and try and sort of stay ahead of the game a little bit when it comes to this kind of build.
How you going? It's Aaron from Precision Racing. We're here with a bunch of R35 GTRs, which we specialise in. We've got a few cars in the imposter class. Won't be racing the Hurricanes today though. They've been booted for going too fast previously. But GTR Fest is like a massive thing for us, been every year, and for our customers. So we get to really prove what these R35s can do when they're making some serious grunt. They're all street cars. They're not no cage, nothing. But yeah, some serious numbers to fall.
Rodney here from Pack Performance in Sydney. We're here today at the GTR Festival. Thanks to Andrew Hawkins for the invite. We're surrounded by piston cars everywhere, so we feel outnumbered, but we've got plenty of power to take them all on. So we're running a Mazda RX-8, 13B turbo, built by Pack, high-tech steel framing sponsored. We're going to try and push it. We PB'd an Australian record last weekend at the Sydney Jamboree, so hopefully the track comes around today.
The entire pit area was filled with so many great builds and exceptional quality cars. Once again, Machina Magica was the sponsor of the show and shine.
So we were involved with the first GTR Festival. This is now our 6th consecutive GTR Festival as the show and shine sponsor. We're seeing a few more old schools being restored that are coming through. The pit's like filling up with a lot of modified 35s. A lot more of the calibre of builds. We used to see a lot of, I guess they would call well looked after and aged cars. And now we're starting to see people spending money on these cars. They're not the daily drivers anymore that they once were. They're not cheap anymore, so you're seeing a lot more people put a lot more attention into them. You're seeing these big built cars, I mean, they're works of art. They really are engineering art. It's been quite an interesting transition, I guess you'd say, for the GTRs and the quality. It's way up there. The festival just gets better with the quality of the cars getting better each year, and that's what's happening. The judging gets harder each year as we get more cars and the level overall rises. So for me, I'm judging on a trade basis, and it's always good to have some people that are there to even out that process in terms of general aesthetically what they think. So this year we've brought in Cardo and also Marion this year. Marion previously had the best in show here and he knows how to put together a car. He's also got a mechanic background. So I gave the Machina Magica Choice Award to Chris Curry's 33, and Chris has developed that over a number of years. He hasn't gone big and all out, and year by year the car's got better and better and better.
I was allowed the privilege of judging this year. Obviously my car can't be judged this year, and I get a Choice Award, and that award goes to George Charmy. Congratulations, George.
Oh, yeah, thanks, man.
The reason why I picked George's car is one of the best restoration cars I've seen in the country.
So today the Machina Magica Show and Shine, the best in show's gone to Goat 32. Congratulations.
Just like to thank everyone that put the event on, Andrew Hawkins, great event, and yeah, thanks, I really appreciate it.
One of the main attractions of the Nitto Performance Engineering GTR Festival is watching the big-powered monster GTRs hit the drag strip. The event doesn't have eliminations like conventional drag racing. Owners don't go and build 1,000 horsepower street cars to do dial your own or bracket racing. They just want to go fast, and some want to chase records. And the crowd, well, they just want to see how fast the cars they see online and in the pits can go. Simple theory, really. There are multiple categories for the GTRs to compete in and keep it fair and interesting, and we also allow Nissans from the Nismo meet to race, and we invite some imposters to come and put on a show and take on Godzilla. They are broken down into simply street and race, with rego and radials required for street cars, well, and anything goes for race. Frank Tarabay was meant to compete in the 6-second Radial Supra versus GTR showdown, but a transmission issue put fluid onto the exhaust and caused a fire, putting him out. Thankfully, he and the car were okay. The quickest imposter street car was Ozzy Osbourne's FG Falcon from Empire Mechanical and Racing, who reset their own Barra-powered street car record with a 727 at a staggering 192 miles per hour. The quickest imposter race car was GINA Bullians in the Mazsport Mazda 6. The quickest Nissan street car was JJ's RB-powered S14 Silvia. And the quickest Nissan race car was also the quickest RB-powered car in the country, DOMENIC RIGOLI in the Nissan 350Z from TRP. R35 GTRs have their own categories, and we've tried to keep them in line with how they are categorised overseas as well, with stock turbo, stock frame turbo and unlimited class. Basically, the tyres and engine mods aren't really monitored, it's just the turbos that determine the category. The quickest stock frame turbo R35 was Sam in the F45 GTR from Precision Racing. He took out this year's Turbo Smart Ultimate Street Car and has done well at roll racing, so it was great for him to back it up at the 2021 GTR Festival. In the R35 Unlimited class, Precision Racing brought out quite a few monsters capable of running into the low 8s and high 7s. In the end, it was Imran's PR16 powered monster that would be the quickest R35 of the event. The twin low mount class was taken out by Chad in his R32. The True Street GTR class for under 70mm turbos was taken out by Chris Benny in his R32 GTR. The GTR track car class was won by Greg Boyle in the R32 GTR, famous for being one of the pioneers in the time attack world. Into big hitter territory with the Platinum Racing Products RH9 class, which is split into auto and manual. The manual category was a 2-horse race between David in GTRB 32 and Glenn in GOAT 32, both from Croydon Racing Developments and both running 8.1 second passes.
One of the most hotly anticipated GTR battles again is now quickest True Street manual GTR. And Glenn, first time racing at GTR Festival in a while now. Congratulations, mate. You have taken it. How's it feel?
Feels amazing. Just want to thank you for putting on a great event. And most of all, thank you to Con and all the boys, Omar and all the Croydon racing team for helping us out along the way. Car's a machine. It's awesome.
The Platinum Racing Products True Street Automatic class was pretty much an all Matooks racing affair, with 4 of the 5 cars in the top 5 from their workshop. 5th place went to Mo's R34 down from Queensland. Fourth place went to Bill in Strapped from B2R Motorsport, running an 8.19. Third place went to Aaron Stubbs in GTR Weapon, running an 8.11. Amir's Fryan was in second place and got oh so close to the 7s, running an 8.01. And the quickest car in the Platinum Racing Products True Street GTR category was the current record holder, Anthony Macquarie from Matooks Racing in No Story.
Say this, the quickest true street GTR in the world right now has done exactly what it should do, and you've taken out quickest true street GTR and obviously quickest true street automatic. Anthony Macquarie, mate, well done.
Thanks, mate, appreciate it.
Mate, you got motive choice too, like you're rolling him in this time.
I did today. It's a good I got to thank all the boys, got to thank Anthony, my team, all the boys at Matooks, my family, got to thank everyone, man. Without them, we can't be doing this, so a big thank you to them.
In the Outlaw class, Metro and MSM were both having some issues and didn't get any clean full passes in, but MSM was the quickest on the day. The headline act of GTR Festival continues to be the Pro Street GTR rivalry between Matooks Racing and Croydon Racing Developments, with Rob's Jun 2 and Nader's King 32. This year was no different, with the record changing hands a few times leading up to the event. The Matooks Racing crew had just installed a new Haltech Nexus ECU into King 32 and was still dialing in the torque management and setup and didn't get in a full pass. Robert Margin came into the event with the Pro Street record of 668 and the aim of resetting it in front of the GTR Festival crowd to claim the world record bounty. Rob ended up going 669, which is the quickest pass ever at a GTR festival, or even in public eyes for that matter, and was preparing for one last run before track time limits were reached. So he didn't get the bounty, but only a few days later in private practice, he reset the record once again.
Well, the winner of the 2021 Nitto Performance Engineering GTR Festival for quickest GTR outright, quickest Pro Street GTR, and also the winner of the Supra versus GTR Radial Showdown, Robert Margin. Mate, you've done it again, 5 in a row.
Hey, boys! Hey, boys! Awesome, thanks, man. This event's the one event we look forward to all year, you know what I mean? For us, this is what it's all about. It's the atmosphere, it's the crowd, it's all the fans, you know, we love bringing the cars out. There's thousands of GTRs, what more do we want?
You actually took back the mile-an-hour record for Pro Street by, 7/100ths as well. So you just got that back in. And also, it's the quickest pass ever at GDR Festival too. So that's pretty good. Only just off your PB.
Yeah, that's right. Very, very close. But unfortunately, one little thing that happens, it's 0.001 of a second and it just changes everything. But I think if we had one more pass, we would have gone quicker. We sort of got it dialed in now.
And obviously the rivalry with Matooks, with Nitto and Anthony is just, wow, it is fierce, right?
Off tap, congratulations to them. They're also, without them, we'd been going quicker, so, you know what I mean? We need to keep that rivalry going.
Mate, I got 4 trophies here. You take home the prize money for, obviously, Pro Street with quickest as well. So I can't even hold them. I'm going to let you hold them. I'll get the boys in here and let them take over. Come on, boys, get in here. Let's go.
Yeah, come on.
The 2021 Nitto Performance Engineering GTR Festival was a smash hit once again. Next, we look to Japanese Car Festival on November 27th. The same style of event as GTR Festival, but open to all Japanese cars. Info, entry and tickets available from JapaneseCarFestival.com. The 2022 GTR Festival is scheduled for May 28. Stay tuned for early bird entry to open later in the year. GTRFestival.com. See you there.